Hello everyone! In this video, I'll be reacting to one of the early uploads from the YouTube channel The Game Terrorists. I'm a huge fan of their work and I hope that you will enjoy the video as well. Let's start! This video is from 2014, so I think it's around 7 years ago. Let's go!
Pull out your imbued netherweave bag, hitch a ride on your local hippogriff, and hightail it to your nearest auction house, because this episode is going to rock your World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, W.O.W. Whoa!
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Hello!
The show that's named after an economic principle, but doesn't actually talk about economic principles. Until today. With a new expansion pack in the works, now seems to be a perfect time to discuss World of Warcraft. And let's face it, some of you watching have spent more time in the last month instance running your main and rocketing your twink to the upper echelon of the herbalism professional community than you have with your family, friends, pets, and shower combined. But what if I told you that all the time spent developing familial estrangement and a body odor resembling a stale Cheeto was actually giving wowzers the tools they need to navigate the most difficult problems
Well, bankruptcy, I don't know what's that.
in today's economy? That these noble Pandarians,
I play World of Warcraft, oh
often stereotyped by the rest of the world as fat basement-dwelling trolls, could provide insight into the most complex financial issues the world has seen, precisely because they've been grinding away for years at lesser scourge bats. By the end of this episode, you'll see that when it comes down to it, the power of these players and the lessons to be learned from Azeroth are truly out of this world of Warcraft. For the
How about this World of Warcraft? I do it. Out of this World of Warcraft.
those of you who might not know, it's worth pointing out that WoW is a genuine society containing a lot of the same aspects of a real-world country. It contains a virtual property, marketplaces, and real-time exchanges. As a result, the game has been used by companies like JP Morgan Chase and The Economist to demonstrate economic principles, and if you take a closer look at the World of Warcraft economy, it becomes clear that this is a lot more than saving up your rupees for that bomb bag upgrade. For those of you who've successfully dodged the World of Warcraft addiction, here's a quick rundown of the way their economy works. Players use gold to buy all their in-game items, from your run-of-the-mill haunch of meat to the coveted Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. Items are dispensed by NPCs throughout the game, and NPCs always sell the item at the same price, no matter what city or town they happen to be in. In the real world, this would be called price fixing. Like most other RPGs, you also gain items in World of Warcraft through random drops from enemies. If you get more items than you can use, but you don't want to sell to an NPC for a fixed price, you can always put it up for auction at one of the in-game auction houses. Bulk items, or items with less desirable...
Not sure if you guys know, right? NPCs are non-playable characters, so they are characters that's inside the game, and you as the playable characters interact with the non-playable characters. Yeah.
Stats have prices that will get driven below what an NPC will pay, while rare item drops may be on the receiving end of crazy bidding wars. Wanna get rich? Or at least as rich as virtual currency can make.
No, don't take a... No, it will increase significantly, my gosh. Don't do that. Oh.
Thank you. Besides auctioning items, you can also develop a valuable skill and act as a merchant, or just grind. In fact, overseas gold farming operations will do it for you. Shell out some real dollars and get some virtual gold in return. So that, in a Deku nutshell, is how it works. But here's the problem. There's no limit to the amount of gold you can get in World of Warcraft. Players can, and do, collect tens, even hundreds of thousands of gold in the game, and the older World of Warcraft gets, the longer players have to keep raking it in. But what's wrong with that? More money for everyone couldn't be a bad thing, right? Well, kind of. The problem of everyone having unlimited gold in World of Warcraft is similar to the problem
inflation, right?
Problem real economies have when they have lots of cash floating around: inflation. The principle being the more of anything you have, the less it's worth because it's easier to come by. This is most evident in WoW auctions.
Not sure if you know, Bear in the Desert is a real thing. Alright? The reference is a real thing.
Houses, where items that used to sell for less than 1 gold 4 or 5 years ago now sell for 10 times that price. You can even see this trend in the prices for gold mining operations. Gold farmers used to be able to charge about $1 per in-game gold, but over the last 3 years or so, the game has experienced about 1,000% inflation. Now, the exchange rate is about $1 to 700 gold. Inflation has driven prices sky high on many servers, especially the older ones where players are super experienced and super rich. Quite literally, the video game definition of old money. So, World of Warcraft has an inflation problem, just like the world of, well, you and me. Similar to World of Warcraft, real-life history has some crazy examples of out-of-control inflation, but to really get into that, it's important to know that the idea of money as we know it is based on an exchange of valuable items. I give you silver and you give me cheese, but instead of carrying around tons of heavy doubloons to get my fromage fix, people started carrying around notes, or pieces of paper that acted as an IOU, basically saying that they could go to a bank and exchange that paper for a big old chunk of gold. This way, the money was always based on the value of the gold itself. But between the 1920s and 1940s, several countries, including the US, decided to distance the paper notes from the gold and silver that they used to stand for. The upshot was that currency the world over went from being stand-ins for precious metals to being greenbacked, backed only by the government. As you can imagine, this starts to complicate things, and there were a few cases where this really became a problem, particularly in Europe after World War I, with the most famous instance of mind-blowing inflation coming from the Weimar Republic. The Republic was set up in Germany.
I know that Republic. The currency wasn't, let's just say it wasn't the best.
After World War I by the Allied forces, replacing the German leaders who had been involved in the war. Part of the Weimar's responsibilities was to pay repair costs for all the damages caused to the Allied countries. This was called the War Guilt Clause and came with a hefty price tag: 132 billion marks. That translated to about 32 billion US dollars at the time. And try as they might, Germany just couldn't find that amount of cash hidden between its couch cushions. So what do you do as a country that just spent all its money to fight a war and then lost? Well, you print more money. They stopped linking their money to actual gold and just started printing extra bills to help pay off the reparations. Within 1 year, the government had set up over 200 paper factories with the intent of printing money around the clock. Any penniless graduates out there looking to pay back their college loans? Just saying. But obviously there
Sounds reasonable. What's the catch? The catch is oh my gosh, they have to buy a bread with this amount of money. That's true. That's the thing, that's true.
has to be a catch, right? I mean, you can't just print off money and pay off your loans. As soon as that money was printed, it started flooding the country. The government started paying back their loans, sure, but there was so much money out there, it became worthless. Literally, their currency became monopoly money, but without all the fun colors and rich Uncle Pennybags stamped on the front. The famous statistic is that the same loaf of bread that cost 1 mark at the end of the war cost 1 million marks 3 years later. And if you think I'm exaggerating, not even close. 1 US penny was worth 10,000 marks. Think about that the next time you pass one in a parking lot. Find a penny, pick it up. All day long you'll have enough German marks to fill up a wheelbarrow. So what do? Clearly you haven't fixed the problem and you've created another one. Well, in the end, they scrapped their entire currency and established a whole new type of mark that was backed by gold from the US. Sure, you were allowed to trade in your old marks, but it would cost you. 1 trillion old marks would get you 1 shiny new one. And how does all this relate to inflation in World of Warcraft? Well, think about what this situation would look like now. In the 1920s, a country in this situation was an island. They just lost a war, their people had pretty much no idea what was going on elsewhere, and with no one to reach out to, they made a couple seriously misguided stabs at fixing the situation. But were it to happen today, now they can play World of Warcraft and test out different solutions to the problem in a completely functional, very real economic world. With the help of literally millions of other players, anyone can see what happens under different economic scenarios.
That's the good thing about World of Warcraft, because everything is within a game. So there's always a game master, which is like God in our world, right? And yeah, um, yeah, we can test out this theory, these experiments with game itself, with a functioning currency, and just blow it up or blow it up or blow it down, you know. And one of the things that I want to mention is that back in 2020, last year, that huge thing that occurs, right? It sort of occurred back in World of Warcraft before, and the researchers could have used that model to help the world right now, which is still currently going through this unfortunate situation. Yeah, for those of you out there, you definitely know what I mean. Back in 2014, nope, you no idea what I mean.
And I'm not just saying this, it's starting to happen today. Consider this, the problem of WoW's inflation has been an ongoing debate in and out of the game for the past 2 years. There are thousands of websites, blogs, message boards, and wikis devoted to finding real solutions to the problem of in-game inflation. Ideas for gold sinks, modulating the WoW pricing system, ensuring healthy lower, middle, and upper classes within the game. These ideas are flowing out of real players, and Blizzard is listening. Blizzard, quite literally acting like the government equivalent in the World of Warcraft, puts these solutions in place and ensures that the highest number of players are having the best gaming experience possible. And so now you can start to see how this goes way beyond the shores of Azeroth. Real governments, real financial systems are looking for this kind of input, and experienced system users are looking more and more to combine efforts to completely turn real-world policy on its head. Crowdsourcing of
I got an idea. Have you tried? I tried in a game. Are you sure it's a game only? It's only a game, but it worked. It works. It worked.
economic and political policy is gaining huge momentum, and countries like Iceland are currently working on crowdsourcing not only their economic policies, but their entire constitution. The London School of Economics is calling for similar action in the UK to redraft their constitution using crowdsourcing. And in the US, even the most major media sources can't ignore the power of involving people in economic decisions in an effort to promote economic recovery. And if you're turning to the people for answers, what better group could you have developing your new financial systems than players who literally spent thousands of hours actively participating in one of the most real, most accurate model economies out there and discussing it endlessly in forums? Let me be blunt, our most serious World of Warcraft players are also some of our world's best economic thinkers. So be proud, all you pink-haired gnome warlocks and level 85 Worgen Death Knights, because your experience holds the key to our financial future. Don't allow yourself to get harassed for your MMORPG love, because guess what? One day you'll probably be that guy's boss. Or at least you should be.
Oh! Is that saying? Nerd. Is that, you know what? You're fired.
So go forth and be proud of your decision to bid on that tiny spore bat. And you, Silk Farmer, good on you, sir. Your in-game decisions and the way you adapt to the changing virtual market may someday shape the future of the free world of Warcraft. Actually, no. But hey, that's just a
World of Warcraft, you play as a small man on a submarine and you don't notice the
theory.
large woman standing, looking in.
A game theory. Thanks for watching. Remember that time I did an episode on watch_dogs and said that there would be a follow-up to that episode? Yeah, I remember that too. Don't worry, it's definitely coming. But I have to be careful with what I say because I think the hackers are watching me right now. Right now. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for part 2 to come out, you should probably watch some Hulu Plus. Now wait, before you leave thinking that this is some lame advertisement that doesn't pertain to you, here's the deal. Hulu Plus has an amazing list of shows available for gamers like us. A few Pokemon movies, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh!, a better version of the Ninja Turtles. And it takes me back to my days of watching Toonami with Inuyasha and Dragon Ball Z. I'm also finally watching Doctor Who to see what all the fuss is about. And not only is Hulu Plus home to some great shows, shows, they believe in our show here, Game Theory. Thanks to their support of this episode, Ronnie is now one step closer to getting a new computer. Say hi, Ronnie.
No.
And not
No. Hi, Ronnie.
only that, but their support has enabled us to work on a super secret project for you guys that'll be happening later this month. I know I'm really excited about it. Here's a sneak peek, in fact. So sign up for the free trial. It's free. Why not test it out by clicking the link in the description or typing this address into your search bar and show them that you appreciate the support they're giving Game Theory and other shows that you see online. If we're being honest here, not many advertisers respect what us YouTube creators do. Trust me, I could tell you so many stories. So companies who do stuff like this are really a special breed and worthy of a little bit of love. They believed in us enough to give us a try, so let's return the favor and give them a try by clicking the link. Now, if you'll excuse me. Ronnie, you edit on that thing? There's not even a G key! Get yourself a computer already! Jeez.
There is a G key. Look, there's a G key. See, there's a G key over here.
Pull out your imbued and
I'm sorry. I said that. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad that, okay. I'm so glad that the title of being a YouTuber or a content creator or maybe influencer back in the days it's not really that popular, it's not really that respected. Right now it's getting more and more momentum, more and more popularity in which people intentionally want to become those individuals. And yeah, I'm trying to do that as well. But hey, that's just I'm doing way too fast. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like this video, please consider like, share and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. This video that I reacted to is from the YouTube channel The Game Theorist. They are amazing individuals. They're just great people, just wonderful people. And please show support and appreciation to them. Thank you so much. And remember, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching.